Welcome back to another video with the Unspecialist. This time around we're going to be talking about how the TikTok silhouette challenge exposed internet creeps and gullible TikTok users. If you're on social media, you've most likely heard about the silhouette challenge. It's a viral TikTok trend that involves persons dancing provocatively with their sexier or not so sexier bits obscured by a red filter and shadows. I believe it started with the body positivity community, with Paul Anka's "Put Your Head on My Shoulders" serving as the background music to the majority of the challenges. Participants, primarily women, start off fully clothed, then get themselves in position in a doorway where the lights suddenly change to the red lights and shadows, and as they dance provocatively in this silhouette, the apparent privacy that the red lights and shadows offered led a lot of persons to bear a bit more or a lot more than they would have in a regular TikTok video. And this is where things got controversial when users on Twitter and Reddit began to post tutorials on how to remove the red filter so that you can essentially reveal the body parts or things that the posters of the video may not have intended to show in their posting. Now, despite the limits of photo and video manipulation, playing with the exposure, highlights, shadows, saturation, colors, etc., the tutorials still managed to gain a great degree of traction on social media, so much so that it drew the attention of the mainstream media, where we saw channels and articles warning users of what they could potentially be bearing for the world to see online because the filter could potentially be removed. Now, I must reiterate that they aren't exactly removing the filter, it's simply them playing with the sliders for the different aspects of the photo to essentially come out with an end product that's a black and white image with the darker or shadowy parts of the photo, i.e. the parts that the poster didn't necessarily intend for you to see, becoming highlighted. And of course, there was strong social media backlash, with many women deciding to activate their Twitter fingers and complain about what was happening on the platform. They described the persons who chose to remove the filters as creeps, using other strong language, even considering some of them to be sexual predators, given the fact that they believe that these individuals violated the privacy of the participants in the silhouette challenge. However, many persons also disagreed, noting that the participants essentially threw privacy out the window the moment they decided to participate in the challenge and post the video publicly, however scantily clad they were. To the dismay of many, those persons actually had a point. Removing the filters in the silhouette challenge videos is not against TikTok's content policy. Therefore, any measures taken by TikTok or other platforms were simply a courtesy. For example, there are some reports that other platforms like Google and Reddit have taken measures to remove repostings of the silhouette challenges with the filter removed. And if you don't believe me, here's an excerpt from TikTok's terms of service. Waiver of rights to user content. By posting user content to or through the services, you waive any rights to prior inspection or approval of any marketing or promotional materials related to such user content. You also waive any and all rights of privacy, publicity, or any other rights of a similar nature in connection with your user content or any portion thereof. To the extent any moral rights are not transferable or assignable, you hereby waive and agree to never assert any and all moral rights or to support, maintain, or permit any action based on any moral rights that you may have in or with respect to any user content you post to or through the services. So, the two important sections to pay attention to are the waiving of rights, all rights to privacy and publicity, and moral rights. Law Insider states that moral rights means any rights to claim authorship of a work of authorship, to object to or prevent the modification of any such work of authorship, or to withdraw from circulation or control the publication or distribution of any such work of authorship. Now, this is important because these are the rights that are waived by agreeing to TikTok's terms and conditions and then also subsequently posting the content. So you can see at this point that the content creators waived those rights and essentially agreed to take that risk. Whether or not they were aware of it is another story. The main point is that they took the risk and, well, they're now facing the consequences. Now, of course, there's still room for a debate on right and wrong. However, what there's no debate about is that this all started with a plethora of content creators who most likely didn't read the terms of service and most definitely don't understand the terms of service, which led them to take a risk and not even consider the possibility of photo or video manipulation when initially posting the content. Since you made it this far in the video and I've been talking about TikTok, you can go follow me there at The Unspecialist. There is no content there yet, but soon enough I'll be posting unique content, updates, and whatever else I decide to go throw on there. So you can go check me out and be one of the early birds. So, is this a case of internet creeps removing consent and violating the privacy of vulnerable women online? Or is this a case of gullible content creators taking ill-advised risks off of some views on a trendy challenge on TikTok? Or do you have a more nuanced perspective? Let me know down in the comments. This is The Unspecialist saying, understand the risks and always read the terms of service. Peace.